Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to post a video and go over some three stocks that I've been looking at, getting into myself. Some of these have had a recent pullback soon after a run up, and I've been kind of having them on my watch list and going through them, looking at some of the charts and studying the recent moves that they had and possibly some of the moves that they could have in the future. So the first stock I want to look at is Cisco, and Cisco's ticker symbol is CSCO. And I mainly wanted to look at Cisco because after their earnings call, which actually wasn't too bad, it basically dropped from about 48 bucks a share here, as you can see here, all the way down to $42 a share. I think in the close today we're trading at about 42.10. So that's quite a big fall for a company that reported decent earnings, but from my understanding is their forward guidance. They kind of posted a weak forward guidance, so that could really bust the stock in like the short term. So like I have the Heikin-Ashi view of the candles here just to kind of look at the overall trend that the stock is actually going at here. So it looks like we had a decent pullback here, and as you can see, I'm looking at the 1 hour chart, and we're just starting to kind of trade into this into a consolidation pattern here, what I've noticed. And I started picking up shares myself around the $42 range. And if you look at the RSI shows that the stock is way oversold. Again, I'm looking at the 1 hour chart, but even the 1 day chart is just way oversold. This thing usually has an average of RSI about the 50 level, as you can see here. The average is about 50, and the MACD, looking at the MACD chart, it shows that we had this huge sell-off swing, and now we're kind of swinging up into a buying phase, and it's slowly kind of leveling off here. So I think this is about the time when I started to add in shares. I think they definitely have a good future. The company's huge. I don't know how I feel about tech going forward from here, only because tech has had a massive run up, and I think today tech closed about 1.2% higher as a whole, and I definitely think it might have some room to grow in the short term, but I think as we start to see the reopening phase start to happen, maybe in the next 3-4 months, or if we get a cure coming out, we could definitely see some of these tech stocks drop. But I think Cisco here is a decent buy. So this one I kind of wanted to point out because I've been studying it for a while now, and so I think if we get a decent pull up, if we get at least a cross here over the 9 EMA, it would kind of be a safe point to get into it. Right now I'm not sure if we're totally done falling yet, but I think for myself I'm going to start buying in shares in it. So the next stock I want to talk about is a Rocket Mortgage stock, and the ticker symbol is RKT. And this is a company that was started by a company called Quicken Loans. So what they wanted to do was come up with like a company where they can give out home loans with a mobile app. So they wanted to make it simple, and this is something that's going to shock the traditional mortgage banks and things like that, because I don't know if some of you have ever tried to get a mortgage loan, but it's like pulling your hair out. You have to make an appointment, you have to go in there, sit down with a person for about 4 or 5 hours, filling out paperwork, running credit, just a huge mess. And if you look at if you look at the company's site, they basically show that they have a mobile app, and you just go to the mobile app and you fill out a couple pages on the mobile app, and you could see custom options. It actually gives you an instant, it shows your credit score, it gives you an average rate, and it actually has, it's able to give you your loan within, in 24 hours. So, it's very quick. If you're looking to buy a home, you can do it very fast here. So it's just starting out though, the stock. So it's hard to get a technical view of where this thing is going, or where it's even been. Because it's only really, it's IPO'd, I believe. I can't see the bottom of this chart. Let's see if we can find a date here. I think around July 7th or maybe in August here. So the IPO has just started, and you can see as soon as the IPO started, it had this huge run up, just a massive run up, and then a sell off, just profit taking in the IPO. But you can see here it's kind of flatlining. So we're starting to get a flat phase here, and I just wanted to give this a little bit of time after the sell off, after the initial run up, just so investors can kind of find a point for this stock that's like a comfortable price range that it's going to be trading in. But it looks like here, we have an RSI that's really low. It's definitely getting to the oversold point. We're starting to see a turnaround in the MACD, so that's a decent sign. And for the price, I think it's a decent buy, and I myself am starting to buy into this stock, just a little bit by little bit. Again, I don't make this a huge part of my overall portfolio because it still is a risky stock, but I definitely see this Rocket Mortgage being around for like a long time, especially with what they're going to be bringing to the market. Is just, there's really nothing else out there that offers what they do. And the same thing goes for another stock that I've been looking at. Ticker symbol is, I believe it's LMND. It's a Lemonade Inc. And they're in the same kind of boat where they've developed a mobile app, and it's basically making finding insurance a lot easier. And you're talking anything from home insurance to rent insurance to pet insurance to car insurance. So it's it's just things like this are going to be ruining the traditional insurance names like State Farm, Progressive, Allstate. It's definitely going to be going into a market with a lot of big names, but it's going to be changing the entire way that they're going to be selling insurance. And it's really neat to see how it works too, the technology. If you ever get a chance, go to their site, and also the way they have their pricing is catered. Whatever extra profits that they make from the leftover money that you have overall with claims, they actually give it away to a charity. So I think that's really cool. But looking at the overall chart here, again, the same with Rocket. It hasn't been traded for a while now, so it's very hard to get an overall feel of where this thing is headed. Again, it IPO'd, it looks like here on July 6th, had a huge run up, ran up to about, let's see, it looks like it probably touched about $90 here, and that looks like the resistance level from its highest point here, which is about $80 to $90 a share. So it looks like it's still, investors are still trying to trade this thing and kind of find a point where it can be traded at to find the fair value of this stock. Personally, I think at the $61 range, it's still it still has room to fall, especially since the RSI is low, but it's not as low as it was, all the way down here touching almost 30 on the RSI. So I think definitely if this gets down in the $50 range, the mid $50 range, I'm definitely going to be picking up some shares. I think if you're planning on holding this thing for 2 to 3 years down the line, I could see this company easy getting a buyout or just turning into changing the whole way the market is. So I definitely I'm going to add this to my watch list and just kind of see where they're going to go. But I think at this point it is a little bit overpriced, and like I said, it looks like it's establishing a low here around the $57 range. So, but yeah, I just wanted to bring these 3 stocks over to you, just kind of show my viewpoint. So thank you for watching the show today. Please give me a like. Thank you.